This is too much. This is far too much work, and definitely something that you hire an editor for. But can we get somebody to just do a supercut of all of the times Rich has mispronounced anathema?
I'd have to go through the episodes.
Right? That's a long. That's a long trial, but I think it would be a delightful little supercut. But anyway,
clearly the first viewer who goes through and does that gets to be a guest star in one of our episodes, right?
Hell yeah.
It seemed only a matter of time before the anathema would destroy all of creation. And though they could not match the strength of anathema on their own, their numbers knew no limits. They saw the plight of the lesser creatures, subjected to the depredations of anathema, and knew they must act. Though many of them were slain by the anathema, they prevailed. The anathema were struck down, and their shards of hellfire caged and sunk into the deepest sea. Without the threat of the anathema, they struck, unmaking the land itself. Wild hunts were formed to stop these threats from recurring, to hunt any anathema who should escape their prison. You will provide support to them in their mission to capture or eliminate the recently revealed anathema near Dathesk. The anathema, a Forsaken, was not caught prior to rebirth, so you must act swiftly.
Abyssals or the demon people, right?
The anathema. Well, the anathema is a collective term for all of these horrific things.
Right. Blanket term for just bad stuff.
Yes.
Oh, man, I ran into a real anathema today. You know what I mean? That door just slammed right on my foot.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Okay, so all the things that make up the anathema are to kill all of the Fae.
Yes.
Who are also part of the anathema.
Yes.
Yeah, you got it. Push them along in the rise of power to make an impact and difference against the anathema.
Is there anathema other effects?
The Immaculate Order sent word you would be coming to liberate us from an anathema, that we were not to lose hope, but, there is no anathema enslaving us.
I'm trying to think of what would make me not want to. It does not make sense for us to think there's an Anathema here, but then there is no Anathema here. But this place is very prosperous, so maybe it is prosperous because of Anathema. And they do not want to get rid of Anathema.
The journey has begun, and now it is time for our hopeful members of the Immaculate Order to start their hunt for anathema. The anathema has been revealed, and now it is time for our hopeful members of the Immaculate Order to fight for the realm and their lives. The Beastman, the shape-changing anathema. You can tell that this is the sign of one of the anathema, or the skinwalkers. Golden fire rising from him.
That's anathema!
On his forehead, a circle with spokes coming from it, like a burning sun.
Well, I'm very confused now. Is this anathema on anathema action?
This other thing is an anathema. He's an ancient god. Like, oh yeah, everything's an anathema. Right. I forgot that everything is an anathema.
Ooh. We're not finished. There's another anathema here.
What happens to anathemas when they surrender? I don't actually know that.
They're tortured and killed, and their spark trapped.
What are we taught happens? Like, do you go away when you have anathema?
And they've identified anathemas as glowing gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the anathemas, and that's the other thing, is that it's just one of the many anathemas.
Pluton, isn't there a chance that this could actually be a different anathema?
Someone here is going to die. The anathema. Or are you going to kill me?
I was calling us animal people in my head, so I assumed it is much better, yeah.
I suppose that's fair.
I'm not sure. Animal people has a certain ring to it.
The anima, nonetheless.
They did teach us that these were evil things, and once they killed them, their essence went somewhere and became demons, and it would latch onto things and turn them into creatures. Yeah, in the animas. So we used to go with people to find them and hunt.
So I am now an anathema. So is that creature the anathema, or I am rather the anathema as a result of this creature?
Anathema is an opinion on if something is good or bad. It's up to us to show if we are.
Perhaps. The other thing is, you said these, whatever, made us what we are, call us anathema or whatnot. It was a spirit of some kind, right? Or some greater being. Perhaps it's their history. Perhaps it's them.
Or that might even have a little bit of an inkling of like an anathema taste to them.
Never mind. But no, they told us, or they just said demons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's a fucking catch-all
They
term.
called everything demons.
Everybody's a demon. We don't know nothing. Stupid jerks.
Anathema
we're trying
is
to
a
take it
catch-all
back.
term.
That is what it seems like.
It was a portal.
Or any sort of anathema that might be affecting the area, or perhaps a magical effect that's obscuring it within the wilds of the forest.
It is probably only us, the anathema, who can enter. I imagine this is the test you were talking about before, Strings. All we have to do is prove that we are capable of obtaining these relics and set the spirits free.
Again, anathema is not a good word. We don't call
Yeah,
ourselves
do me a
anathema.
favor. Don't call us that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, but we are anathema.
No, we are not. Anathema are bad. We are not.
But they call all of our kind anathema.
I do, and so we should do our best not to call ourselves this to re-ingrain. So
And to be more specific, civilization calls that which it perceives as a danger, a threat, and a harmful force an anathema. The thing on my back would be an anathema. We could be an anathema. But it's all in perception and in how things are used. So,
Well, I relish in my power, and no one should fear me if they have no reason to fight me. I
and
don't
embrace
see.
a new word, not anathema. And Dirham looks at him very sharp.
look at him not as sharply, but I do not.
That's an exalted deed.
Well, we are exalted. Or we're anathema, whatever.
You're not. Sorry, everyone believes that the dragon blood are righteous in their cause. They believe that the anthemas need to be destroyed. They kill people who side with anthemas because they're like, oh no, I know they were
Anathema.
We need to prove them
Anathema.
wrong.
His accent.
Okay.
No, I was
sure.
No, I was absolutely saying
Rich, you
it
could have
wrong.
taken the out.
I could have, but this would be dishonest.
Well, while he was asking for the correct thing for that, I figured I would correct that one too.
What was it?
Anathema.
Anathema.
Anathema. It's actually not a huge difference, but this is good to know. Anathema. So the dragon-blooded are the ones who spin the tails of the anathema. They are the ones who kill people who side with the anathema. Even we've heard tales of entire towns swaying, controlling people and everything like that. And obviously we here know what that means. It entails, because it's likely those were good people doing good things and then were slaughtered. But the legend still persists. People still believe, people are still afraid, people are still obedient. So what if we had a friend for the next 1,000 years focusing on changing that perception and making people afraid of the dragon blood, making them question the dragon blood?
That would mean we are leaving it to change Adramalik.
I'm not so easily broken, especially since I have now become anathema.
Is that true, Sinus?
Well, as soon as you say that, Admiral will flinch violently and activate perfect shadow stillness and immediately become invisible. Although before he does, you see his eyes light up red and the sigil appear on his forehead and everything. As you see, we found ourselves in a dream state where we are in a perpetual dream with a creature of dreams that was captured and bound by anathema, centuries old, millennia even, and we need to find a way out of here.
Great. And just for our listeners, the realm in relation to us as exalted, or anathemas, as we are assumed to be, they are opposed to us.
Oh yeah, they're the ones leading the pogroms against you.
The pogroms, the dragon blood, and all that goodness. Okay, cool.
Jasper.
Yes, that is the nation that the Scarlet Empress founded, which hunts anathema using the Immaculate Order.
Man,
That's what he wants you to think.
This world is anathemas, all right? I'm not taking any risks. You know what? We're anathemas, right? That's what we are.
What?
So here we go.
Where's this coming from?
So here we go.
We were just saying we're not anathemas.
Yes,
Here we go.
Admiral is rubbing off. There we
Here-
go.
Hey guys, we got an Anathema to hunt, it looks like. Well, I'm guessing there's like a line of people screaming about Anathemas ahead of me. I have reason to suspect that you may have Anathema.
Anathema.
Yeah, Anathema, sorry.
Yeah. Definitely what I would suspect to be the result of an anathema. I'm dawdling outside, like looking around for strings, looking around for Dirham, because there's a lot of commotion, and I expect Dirham would show up because he's the one who's all about like, we gotta find the other anathemas. That's why we gotta go to town, you know.
We get it. Dirham's a crazy guy.
It'll be good because then if you guys get any reports of the Anathema, I guess I've said I've killed 3 already, so I can help you.
Anytime that your mind, if it starts to drift toward moments of your mortal life, you feel almost a block there. Like, not as if it's gone, but as if reaching for it is almost painful.
Oh.
So something that is anathema to your current existence.
An anathema to an anathema. Now, that's anathemaception right there.
Similar to how it is when you respond to your name, thinking on things from your mortal life begins to be difficult for you.
The beast that the mayor worship. But those beasts are he's an army. But those beasts, similar to Ezra Malik and ourselves, have the thing which could potentially imply that they are that there's someone in there just like us. Yeah,
possible.
Another anathema.
Well, certainly falls under that category, but so do we. So open-ended.
Exactly half of the anathemas that we've met have been good or reasonable, and half have been bad. And so I think it is worth a shot of potentially trying to talk. Like it went from being like a beast and then being like a beast.
So you've had experience with anathema
with this type
in the past. Is your friend still around, Hiram?
Yes, he's out and about fighting the good fight.
Against anathema or for the anathema?
I said the good fight, Andrew Malik. And he'll start studying the papers.
Okay, you didn't clarify.
He doesn't answer and keeps studying the papers.
You can have a 2-dot stunt.
I made them think that it was going to be some sort of an anathema or a dark sorcery, and they said, do you think it could have anything to do with the broken horn? And I heavily indicated that I will hunt them down because they are bad. I didn't lie, but I did it. I very heavily indicated that that's bad and we're going to go take care of it.
You stayed in our moral line.
Well, I mean, they're my followers. They're my
Okay,
people.
I'm sorry. So you're a group of people that follow you with religious zeal.
Well, I mean, I am anathema. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Look at me. It's Mountain. I don't care. It's fine. It's
Why are you acting like it's a bad thing, though?
You're acting like it's a bad thing. I said cult, and you got all weird about it. I don't care.
No, but you said they follow me with religion.
Slaves, indentured servants, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. My point is that you like them, right? You like the clothes?
Well, yes, of course.
Who cares? His clothes aren't all for Dirham. Dirham couldn't wear all these clothes if he wanted to. He's one person. No, my thing was because didn't we see somebody with like a weird symbol on their head that we didn't recognize?
What, from the
statues? On the statues.
One
of them?
We saw the ancestors. We saw all of like the previous.
Yeah, that was just our
exalted
anathema.
If we didn't, then we didn't, and my brain is just.
But I think that we saw weapons that we did not recognize.
Yeah, we knew that there were some
from the
weapons.
statues.
There
were some of them
stuff. Yeah.
We collected. Yeah, they were all clearly depictions of previous exalteds, I believe. Laura, what is the Silver Pact?
Yes. What do you stand for?
We stand to right the wrongs of the usurpers.
Dragon-blooded.
Yes.
And are there anathema among your ranks?
Stop using that word.
She, at that word, turns very sharply toward you and hisses, "Do not use that word."
With that in mind, if we're talking about our true goal, which is to help our own kind be able to reclaim their own piece of peace in this world and try and do some good in the process, remove ourselves from the stain that is being referred to as anathemas, allowing this force and the lunars that lead them to just simply bowl over this city is doing our people that much more harm. For one thing, she mentioned our madness.
Yeah, that was strange. I have not
concerned me.
I don't know what that means.
I do not either.
And if there's a way for us to discover that, I think we should sooner rather than later, because it probably has a strong foundation for why we are referred to as anathemas. And if that's the case, that's our worst enemy. Not the realm, not the Lunars, not the Broken Horn tribe, not Nachara. That's going to be our undoing.
And if they need a demonstration of but a taste of the might that the, I forgive my use of the word, but anathema represents.
Stop using the word!
I just said forgive me.
No, I'm just saying, I feel like we should just use a different word, because I feel like you get it in your head, and you're just going to keep saying it.
Give me
you can't ask for permission and then say the bad word. That's not how it works. You just don't say the bad word. It's offensive regardless. When the cult leader says it's a cult, it's a different thing than a...
It's called being open and honest. That's what you wanted me to do. I honestly...
And you should have said that earlier to me, because I'm pretty sure you've been fighting the cult statement for quite some time.
Well, there's a black mark around the word, and you yourself are proving
Just like there is about anathema, and yet you still use that all the time.
I'm not saying that anymore. Rakeem told me not to say it, so I stopped saying it. But who's the only person saying it right now?
I've been with you this whole time.
You're saying it right now. I didn't say it. You said
this is some of the best gaslighting I've seen in my life.
Anytime I referenced this as being the potential of a cult, did you ever say, yes, this is a cult?
Because you act as if that's a bad thing.
Cults are bad.
Not a bad thing.
Cults are bad.
Well,
they are bad.
Just as the anathema are bad? Perhaps it's just a matter of perspective.
No.
No, the meaning of anathema is bad meaning. I'm just
and the meaning of cult has a bad meaning. That's perhaps why I said I did not have one.
Talking to my heartstrings, you prick.
Yeah, you know we're gonna fucking reveal ourselves to be anathema.
How dare you? Talking to my heartstrings, you prick.
Yeah, you know we're gonna fucking reveal ourselves to be anathema.
How dare you use my fucking chaotic good nature against my true neutral character? How dare you?
What can I say?
You asked him to look into the circles on the foreheads, the glowy circle forehead things. He could look for information on that. That's specific enough that we could get some more information. Because we still don't know much, and we know that the barbarian horde is allied with people of that caliber. Perhaps they want to know how to create anathema?
Do you read faster than a person? So first, let's let some ground rules down. Nobody say the word anathema about us.
Anathema.
You mean anathema?
Thank you. Yeah, don't say that. Thank you, Tom.
They're not going to say
I will not say anathema.
You just said it. You said it right then. You
at
just
the
said
meeting.
we went
at the meeting. I won't say it at the meeting.
You will not refer to us in a positive or neutral manner as in that anathema, unless it is about that we are not. So unless you're refuting that fact, then I'll bring it up. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the thing that you said, these men or whoever they are and their demons are but that, men and demons, and we are. And Adjamal like catches himself from saying the A word, and then just gestures. We are who we are.
Of course we are aware of the dangers that Nachara faces at this moment. The threat of this barbarian horde, as well as the rumors of anathema in present day within this city. Further, there are none outside of the Immaculate Order who are more versed in dealing with anathema.
Which your force could come at the cost of many. As you mentioned, anathema being such devastating forces in this world, yet here you are deciding to meet devastating force with force.
Perhaps, but they would suffer worse if the anathema were left untethered.
Our intention, plainly, is to find out what the barbarians want and stop this once and for all, if it is something that we can give them. And if there is anathema around, I'm bad at saying
You pronounce it correctly, I know. you in character pronounce it correctly.
Thank you. If there is that among them, then it would be easier to parse them out if we can get the horde away from them. So long as everyone on the council agrees to that, why would we not? But first we would have to find out what they want and then negotiate with them appropriately, hopefully letting them leave the city for all time and actually allowing you to do your job. So is your job to stop the anathema, or is your job to keep the city under heel? Which of those two things is your job?
Should we mention that we know that there is an anathema in the horde? They believe it'll be a triviality.
I think we actually did mention that.
They heard whisperings of anathema.
No, I think
they don't have the full picture.
those who seek to bring damages and violence, those who seek to bring harm. That is what I believe the world refers to as anathema. And he'll look over to the two over there for a quick moment. We seek to ensure that anathema are resolved and that the people who deserve peace are given it.
I actually, one quick sidebar with my fellows. I do think it may be worth noting that we did go out and try to ascertain the trajectory of the army and have confirmed anathema among them. What we learned is through our own reconnaissance, we believe that the tribesmen and the reason that they are attacking in the force that they are is actually that they are being stirred up by what we suspected and what we spoke to the guard captain about, and I point toward the realm scions have hinted at as well, is that there is anathema amongst them. We believe that they are in particularly being driven or stirred up by this force.
So you talk about that one card?
We did. We already said they have an anathema. So here but here's
the actually said it to them. You said
no, we did. No, we just said it last time.
We mentioned that we gained information that there may be an anathema among them.
From number one. One asked the question. He's like, "Why do you think that?" And we said because we could separate the anathema from them, so their intention. But that's fine.
So then you talk about how this one anathema, you just would need to eliminate that one force, and then once that happens, your walls are safe. I don't know much about warfare, but I do know that there has been a lot of talk about the survival of the citizenry, and I am very concerned about what will happen should your plan fail, should they reach the wall, and should this anathema manage to breach them. Do you have any reason to believe that they will be amenable to this, that if you offer them some kind of information, they will actually leave?
Oh no, we will fight lore.
Yeah, well, we're
not talking about lore. Lore is
you are, because lore is the anathema.
Yeah. So lore.
And
so here's the deal: is lore we believe is a separate part of the thing. So we're like, here are all the tribes who want this thing. If we say we already got it for you, be done. What's lore going to be? Be like, no, I'm going to kill these guys. You're still following me, and we're going to take that city. And then we got to fight lore, which is fine.
I mean, if they would like to work with us, they're more than welcome to. Although they've stated their case as to stay here in the city and root out this insidious anathema threat in here. Although, as we've stated, the anathema is with the army. If they wish to fulfill their service to the realm, if they wish to truly root out the anathema, they should come with us.
For example, if you found out these barbarians who are whipped out by this anathema, what would be, if we could convince them to leave and everything like that, would that be okay? Or would the justice of the realm demand that those who have ever followed anathema be destroyed?
I think that, like my two comrades here have said, I support everything that has been said thus far. I suppose my question would be, would they honor the council's decision? The council decided that anathema was to be allowed peacefully leave, because should they choose to not do so, that may endanger Nachara in the greater picture.
It is our duty to root out and destroy the anathema. However, if doing so would cause immediate harm to the city, then we would find a better way to do so.
I believe perhaps it would be more valuable for you to search the city and see about finding should that potential anathema exist within it while we are gone.
His ideas are a bit of a blemish on his household. Nothing that he does any damage to, but he clearly does not believe in the tried and true that these artifacts of the past, these anathemas and whatnot, are actually, in fact, basically prophecies of doom or creations of catastrophe and whatnot.
His army and his force that he has cultivated, that has not really been seen or heard of much beyond me picking up a few people to add to it. The majority of it actually came from our very first venture, knowing that the Dragon-Blooded would come back to that town, hear about tales of us killing a monster and being heroes as Anathema, and kill those people for their blaspheme. So rather than let them kind of suffer that fate, we kind of took them. Did I say it wrong?
Anathema.
What did I say? Athema?
Yeah, you missed half the word that time.
You know, the thema. Us themas.
I get it, man. I gotta talk real quick on the reg. You know, just keep it show, yo. I get it. I'm with you.
All right. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, it's good. I'll start from the top.
No.
Thema. No.
That's fine. Honestly, the editor will take care of it, Rich. Just do it all. Just give us a clean second take.
I'll give George a real one. Anthemena. There you go. Just add that in.
We're just gonna call him Maz. We're gonna just make a Maz.
No, it's a Ma.
We discovered another Ma. We have to deal with the Ma. Why do they keep talking about the moms?
but by killing him, it gave us probably months of runtime.
Mm-hmm.
And so if someone says, I don't believe in you, and I think you're an anathema.
Oof. And you tried.
Yeah, that was my hardest.
We all appreciate the attempt. Anathema.
Anathema. So if somebody says, oh, no, you're bad, you're an anathema, then my own has to be like, okay, there's not really going to be any changes in your mind. Squish. We're already anathemas.
Ooh!
I have to leave that in. That's clearly going after.
Oh my gosh!
It's gonna be like a button at the end.
This is too much. This is far too much work, and definitely something that you would hire an editor for. But can we get somebody to just do a supercut of all of the times Rich has mispronounced anathema?
I'd have to go through the episodes,
right? That's a long. That's a long trial, but I think it would be a delightful little supercut. But anyway,
clearly the first viewer who goes through and does that gets to be a guest star in one of our episodes, right?
Hell yeah! At least the name of an NPC.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, and you said presence chasm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm sorry, what was that word?
And then we're gonna pump. Chasm.
Okay.
You know those athenemas and their charasma.
They're so charismatic.
Yes. The anthems.
You can't even say it the way that he says
it. Hey, yeah, I searched for it. And I was like, I don't. Anthemas? Anthemas?
I just get it wrong.
An enema.
Actually, I think I do say almost enema. It's like ananima.
It's pretty good.
You are now be punched. Everybody buy that t-shirt.